Medicine and supplies, quickly. Look for survivors. Alright, take the food over there. We need more scaffolding for the tents. Lumber here. We need more water. Oh, we're in Mandolin's house. Otis, you're awake. I'm so happy you're okay. You were all beaten up when I found you. Oh, this is all so horrible. Those poor people from Advent. We're taking as many refugees as we can. And luckily the owls from Advent are here as well. Strix and his students are doing a really good job. We're all doing what we can, but, well... Asio is out by the lookout point. It's just... He's been there for days, and he doesn't speak to anyone. Maybe he'll talk to you, Otis? Would you mind checking up on him out there? At this rate, I worry he might end up leaving the village. Oh, and Getty, he's down by the graveyard. I guess our village has one of those now. We've located it below the village, down there. Oh, Otis. It's as if the village has lost all its colors and brightness. I hope everything will turn out all right. All right. Guess I should... Oh, hold on. You're a new face? My beautiful house in Advent is lost. My aviary and my paintings. Only I and Chirpy made it out. How are we doing on supplies? This is all there is, Sir Strix. This is it? This village's supplies won't even last a week. Preposterous. Asio has done a lackluster job here at best. We need to start planning a long-term solution for all of Advent's refugees. Comfort is secondary, survival is top priority. Yes, sir. Alright. I think... we want to check on Getty first. Hold on, does our Hot Springs man have anything new for us? Otis, glad to see you're awake. Getty's around here somewhere, probably by the graveyard. Let's just wait for that to fill up. Okay. I think we'll go check on Getty for... Oh. Hi. Don't do that again, please. I haven't slept properly since before the pirate attack. I wish I had a bed. Yeah. Okay. Not a word. Oh, hi. Hi, bro. My name is Pip. What's your name? Can't talk, huh? That's fine. I'll just call you bro. Owl bro. I mean, it's Owlboy, but nice to meet you, Owl bro. The professor. Confound it, I can't make sense of it. The only thing the pirates seem to have disturbed here in Belly is this ruin. Yet, they destroyed Advent in minutes. If only our plan had worked, the pirates would have been stopped. Getty says the wind machinery was never even active. Then, how come the islands are still shifting? No matter. The pirate threat is far grander. Alright, let's go see Getty. Solus! Oh, Solus. This is too much. I can't believe it, Otis. Everything has gone wrong. I can't stay here in Valley. It's been nice to know you, Otis. Solus, don't leave. Goodbye. don't think we'll see each other again. Aww. Alright. Caddy. So many lives lost. I can't believe this happened. I was right there and I couldn't help. None of the things we accomplished mattered at all. We were doing so great, and yet this is how it all turned out. Oh, Kitty. We failed them. We failed them all. I miss it, Otis. I miss it so much. Even though we never got to fully experience Advent. Its streets, its culture, the people. We never got to see how it all turned out. Otis. Did we try hard enough? I don't know if I could go back there, Otis. Do you think it makes any difference for what we do from now on? Our future is lost. Our capital is completely gone. Think about it. The pirates destroyed Advent this easily? What are we to do? I don't feel like I belong in this village anymore. I've failed all of them. Is it okay if I stay at your place for a while? I need to get away from here. Give him a hug. Something. Don't just let him walk away. That's rough. That's a lot of graves. I don't know if any of these are people that we knew. I guess if we don't see them again, then it's one way to know. We won't get to see Anne's house, that's for sure. I don't even know if Anne is alive. Hold on. I do have to go back to looking for secrets. Oh, and I can't fly in the graveyard. Does that make sense? Wouldn't be a very appropriate thing to do. Is there a... I feel like there's something I missed. Alright, I'll go see ACO. Unless... Bongo Guy... Oh, Bongo Guy's okay. So everyone from the village is fine. Hello. What does Bongo Guy say? Forget his name. Glad to see you safe, little Otis. Heard you were very brave in Advent. Don't push yourself too hard. Strix is further down. And not here either. Ooh. This is rough. Forgot just how quickly everything goes badly. Alright. We can't get Alphonse. They went too far down. It was supposed to... It was further up. Well, let's check on Getty at least. Otis, I'm not sure what I want to do now. None of the stuff we do seems to work. Maybe everyone's right when they say that we're just in the way. Aww. Well, let's go check on the boss. Does Mandolin say anything else? So many people lost their homes. We have to do our best to help them settle here in Valley. Oh, but you should rest until you've recovered, Otis. You still look a little frail. Yeah, you're probably right. Disaster. Advent destroyed. Pirates roaming free. And the professor comes and tells me that the ruin holding the relic was opened. If the pirates gather all the relics, then we are all doomed. And with Advent gone, we can't stop them. Otis, you're here, are you? Leave me. I don't want to see you here again. No. Coming back. Leave me, Otis. I don't want to see you here again. There's nothing else over here. Ooh. Macio's not doing great. No one's doing great. Psst. Master Otis. I must not be seen here, but we must talk. Let's meet up in your house. We can talk there in private. Oh. At least everything is still beautiful. Just, you know, a little bit sadder. Master Otis, Master Getty, forgive me for hiding in your home, Otis. It would do no good if the locals saw you fraternizing with a former pirate, especially after what has happened. Advent is destroyed, and there was nothing we could do to stop it. Maelstrom and the pirates, why would they do such a thing? Alphonse, is there something you're not telling us? Alphonse! If you know something, anything that can aid us against Maelstrom, it might help us prevent yet another attack on Valley. You are most certainly right, Master Getty. Maelstrom, the pirates, and myself, we were all created by the owls. What? Your mentor is right, Otis. Maelstrom is gathering ancient owl relics, and when he gets them all, he will be unstoppable. I will tell you what I know. No one knows what our original purpose was. Likely we were merely servants for the owls. Using our strength, the owls could reach for higher knowledge. They designed various models, each for a specific function. We were expected to optimize. We would constantly improve our ability to carry out our function. But as you know, the ancient owls and what remained of their cities all but vanished. Without their guidance, we continued our tasks blindly for centuries. Maelstrom, greatest among the war units, rampaged. Built for war, he always needs something to destroy. None could oppose him. Those of us who didn't agree to follow him were exterminated. Maelstrom took us to the sky and gave us a new name, Pirates. With him as our captain, we roamed the sky, growing ever more powerful, until at last the captain heard of the relics. The relics are artifacts of terrible power, remnants of the ancient owls at their peak. To Maelstrom, their power is irresistible. Captain Maelstrom has found 2 relics, one that was hidden in Veli, and the other in Advent. Oh. Wait, so you're saying the pirates destroyed Advent just to get the relic? Yes, Master Getty. And now only one remains. If he gets the 3rd and final relic, I'm afraid Maelstrom will be unstoppable. Is there nothing we can do? There is, but I admit I am hesitant. My suggestion to try to stop the pirates in Advent put your lives in danger. Perhaps it would be best if we didn't try to meddle with the pirates anymore. The pirates are threatening Veli. We have to try and stop them. What happened in Advent wasn't your fault. I screwed up most of all. My sole duty was to protect us from pirates. If we don't fight back against the pirates, I can't ever make things right. The pirates' next destination will be a ruin called the Floating Continent. In an ancient owl structure there, the owls hid the last relic that Maelstrom needs. We must leave Veli and fly high up into Stratos. That is where we will find the Floating Continent. Then we should go to Stratos now. It's the only way we can save Veli. I shall be in hiding here until you get out of the village. Alright, Otis, you ready? Let's go. Alright. Guess we are going to Stratos. Right. So we'll gotta head straight there. No more detours, no more anything like that. Got a lot of people to help, so we've got to make this right. Not a word. Right, here we go. Heading to Stratos. I guess we'll take a break first, though. Alright, friends, this is Tropos. If we continue upward, we'll eventually reach Stratos. I've never been that high up before. Is it really safe, Alphonse? Not to worry, Master Getty. I've sailed the Stratos skies plenty of times. There are no more dangers there than any other place we've been. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I guess we gotta stop by Buccanary. Let's take a look. We've got... Okay, so not even half of the coins in this area. Got everything from the Owl Temple entrance, at least. Got... I'm missing about a third of the coins from the Owl Temple, which I'm sure we'll be able to do later on when we have more abilities. Alright, Buccanary. Get us out. Welcome! Let's tally up that booty. You've collected 1,055 Buccanary coins. Would you look at that? Time for another surprise. This next one isn't just cool, it's also very nice. You're gonna just love it. Give me a second here. Bogwin! Trinket time? Trinket time. Here you go. It's Buccanary's nice soup canteen. Wrap your beak hole around that and tell me what you think. Ooh, level up. Yes, no need to thank me. Just bring more booty. Got those. And we can get this one too. You've collected 1,055 Buccanary coins. Well, well, well. You've becoming... Oh, that's a typo in the game. You are becoming quite the adventurer. I think you're worthy of this next surprise. For high-flying adventurers only. Behold. Hooray! I have a hat. It's a very nice hat. I can see that. Will you please bring it to the nice owl person? But no buts. It's yours, sir. I'll just toss out that ugly green hat then. Wait, wasn't I wearing the green hat for a while? Oh my, such a hoot style. Haha, it's a little big, but it does make you look pretty awesome. Am I a pirate now, Mom? I miss it already. That's great. Back to your shack now. Okay, ma'am. Can we go back to the dorky yet? We can. Nope. Doesn't look any better than last time. Adventure in style. I feel like there's some sort of mechanic to these. Or if you wear them for long enough, something happens. Because I know that as soon as we take damage, it's going to go flying off. So... Oh wait, what? How much for the next one? Yeah. Collect 194 more coins for a surprise. Okay. So we gotta go get a little bit more, and then we'll have enough for the Great Canteen. Gets us to our, probably our maximum health. We gotta get scope, assuming that's Rigetti. Don't know what that is, it's a mystery. Fire drive. Attachable musket unit for maximum fire. That probably levels up Alphonse's blaster. And then the Spectre cloak. I want it. It's so cool. Fine. I've just realized I have not been looking for the Padgets at all. Why am I calling them Padgets? They're Bogwins. Bogwins. Or is that just the one's name? Where did I even get the name Padgets? I haven't been looking for the Bogwins at all. So, probably missed one or two. Can't play the canon minigame yet. Unfortunate. Actually. Alright. Well, next step. Say, Otis, maybe we should get a little rest before we move on. Yeah, I want to hear more exposition. I mean, yeah, no, exposition. Now we've got Alphonse, it'll be great. Guys, I don't think I'll be able to get any sleep tonight. Advent is... We know how you feel, Master Getty. How about we talk about something else? You're right, Alphonse. I need to put my mind at ease. And there are some things I'm really curious about. Relics? I don't remember much about the relics' origin. I know that they are made by the ancient owls, and that they contain extraordinary power. As you've seen. I would guess that Dirk will be the one looking for the relic in the floating continent. Most of the other pirates are not independent enough for missions like these. They were not made to improvise, and the captain usually does not do work he considers beneath him. Good. If we see that guy again, I'll give him a piece of my mind. As you say. Anything else you want to talk about? Tell you about the floating continent. Sure. I've never been there before. Do you know anything about it, Alphonse? I was there long ago. You mean months ago? Years ago? I think it would have been 8, maybe 9 centuries ago. Centuries? You're that old, Alphonse? Older. But the farther back I think, the less I remember. I remember hearing talk of a great machine built in the continent. A machine built by the owls, further back than I can recall. These days, the floating continent is half overgrown with plants and half submerged in lava. Isn't it up in the sky? Why? Whatever. I mean, it's a magical island in the sky, sure, it's got lava. A terrifying, inhospitable place full of beasts and pitfalls. A good place for adventurers such as ourselves to prove our mettle. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? The continent. A cloaked weirdo. Cloaked weirdo? Who is this you're talking about, Master Getty? There was a strange guy outside the Owl Temple when he got there. He was reciting some book. Do you remember what he said? Let's see. He said, "The Owl Temple, first of the great temples. Here the owls learned how to control the elements and challenge the natural order. By the end of the first eon, they had mastered water, fire, and wind, and their work here revealed to them the existence of the higher mysteries. So says the Book of Nocte." Impressive recollection, Master Getty. Does it mean anything to you, Alphonse? I have heard of this Nocte long ago. I think perhaps I have read the book he speaks of. But it's strange, it ends very abruptly. I seem to recall that there was more about these higher mysteries. Anything else you want to talk about? I think that was probably everything. Oh, there is more. Alphonse, maybe you could tell us a bit about yourself? Tell you about myself? What do you want to know? I don't know. Anything? Well, I've always wanted to be a dramatic actor. Of course he has. I wanted to awe the world's finest from a stage. Under Molstrom, I wasn't allowed to. But when we have saved the world from the pirate threat, I hope to pursue that calling. Huh. That's surprising. You were created as a servant for the owls, weren't you? Were you made for acting? Combat was never my specialty. I much prefer acting and cooking. In fact, I was made to serve in whatever manner I thought best. Not all pirates were as fortunate as I. I'm just grateful that I found a more worthy master to serve. One who works for good. Anything else? I think that was everything. Good idea, Ambush. Let's continue our journey tomorrow, shall we? We should get some rest.